The 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita begins with the description of the banyan tree. The banyan tree whose roots are growing upwards and branches downwards. A strange tree, topsy-turvy, upside down. Roots are growing upwards and branches are growing downwards. Lord Krishna says that whosoever understands this tree understands Vedas. Whosoever understands this tree knows everything. This is important. Knowing this tree is important. And so many books and research papers have been written on the concept of this upside down tree. That why God has described this tree upside down. There are many explanations, but the one most easy, comprehensible, easy analysis which seems to me is that Lord Krishna is saying that the material world is topsy-turvy. इस दुनिया में जो होना चाहिए उससे उल्टा है. That spirituality ought to be the root of everything and material world should be the branches. But people are totally deluded. They think that material gain is the root, material gain is the aim, that material gain is the ultimate thing. So that's why he has taken the help of this analogy. That's how I see it. And that is why he has given this example. That people should understand how upside down the world has gone. This tree analogy also explains the material world and its never-ending entanglements. यहाँ के झंझावात खत्म नहीं होने वाले. The entanglements of this world will never end. Lord Krishna has clearly said that a human being must cut down the branches. That a human being must try, must make deliberate efforts to cut down desires, wants, attachments. प्रयास तो करना चाहिए. God has used a simile, an analogy. He has used figurative, symbolical language. It is very important. Only those who have the inclination can understand this. Everyone cannot understand this. Lord Krishna says that we have to be from the dualities of joy to understand this. We have to be free from the dualities of joy. We have to be clear on the concept of joy. मतलब खुशी क्या है? आखिर खुशी क्या है? What is happiness? खूब सारा खाना, खूब सारा गहना, खूब सारा पहनना, कपड़े, jewelry, fragrance, clothes, money, gold. How much? How much? 2 kgs of gold, 200 diamonds. Is this happiness? I mean, what is happiness? We have to be clear on the concept of happiness. Wanting less is luxury. Needing less is happiness. Kam chahat, limited wants is happiness. I think this is what Lord Krishna is referring. This is how I personally interpret these lines. And then I particularly enjoy the 8th shlok of the 15th chapter. This resonates with me so much. Shariram yadvan proti yachapyutakram matishwarah grahitatvetani sanyati vayurgandhani vashyat. Just as the wind carries the fragrance from its source, the living entity carries the soul from one body to the other. जैसे हवा अपने साथ सुगंध लेके चलती है, सोर्स जहाँ से वो उत्पन्न हुई है वो सुगंध लेके चलती है, वैसे ही आत्मा चलती है, शरीर दर शरीर. We should try to keep that fragrance alive. We should make conscious efforts. We should be conscious of that fragrance, the original fragrance. Children have it. Children have it so clearly. We can see the divine presence in children so easily. Over the years, we become so wrapped in world, we forget that fragrance. I think that the smell from the source must be consciously carried. मैं इस श्लोक को इसी तरह से लेती हूँ और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Then the soul changes bodies, and Lord Krishna is very clear about the wise people and the ignorant people. He says that ignorant cannot understand this. Those who are totally into consumption, and those who are totally into this world, those who are ignorant basically, those who have blinded eyes, cannot understand this. क्या नहीं समझ सकते हैं? That the soul changes bodies, that the soul goes life after life. ये समझना सबके बस की बात नहीं. He is clearly said, he is said in very clear terms that those who are lacking in understanding, those who are lacking in discretion cannot understand this. This knowledge is not for fools. This knowledge is not for the ignorant. In this world, everybody is fallible. बिल्कुल सूत्र की बात यहाँ पर कही है that nobody is perfect. In this world, nobody is perfect. सबसे गलती होती है. तो हम जब किसी की तारीफ करते हैं तो हमको ये याद रखना चाहिए. Howsoever powerful, in whatever position, howsoever moneyed, whatever, a human being is a human being. Incomplete, imperfect. Perfect people are found in the other world, not here. Lord Krishna has said this. And God, of course, is above all this. God is above perfection, imperfection. God is above fallible, infallible, fallible. God is above qualities. And we should try to understand the nature of God. That effort must go on. Lord Krishna says to Arjun that I have told you the secret. I have given you the ultimate knowledge. I have told you what is to be known, what is finally to be known. That is how this chapter ends. So this is it, and we will continue. We will take up the next chapter. Thank you. Thank you so much.